How we doing, everybody? This is AJ Torres from Colin Strikes, courtesy of Undrafted Sports. And interesting topic of conversation. I'm just gonna do the Diamondbacks as a whole. Now, first off, I want to see if I could do this. If we go here, this would be for YouTube here. If not, go search up the Arizona City Connection jersey, and it's this brownish gold that reminds you of the desert, and it's got the snake in the right end, and then it's got the red number. I mean, personally, I think this is freaking great. I think this is really hard because when you're an organization that's changed its colors for many years, and also this is an expansion team, they don't have a lot of rich history. It's not like the White Sox where you are known for the most part having black jerseys. And when the Cubs did Wrigleyville, when they did the nice blue, it was a good touch. The Boston ones, I totally get it, but they just didn't look great. But this one right here, this one does not disappoint. I mean, also Miami with the sugarcane roots. I mean, this one here, I'd be honest with you, I'd rock it. I would. But needless to say, let's go on about the Diamondbacks because personally, if you look around, it's just one of those things where you're just kind of like, okay, where do we go from here? For instance, why would you get rid of Zach Greinke, still be paying him? And if you haven't noticed, there's this trend where the starting pitchers that they acquire, Greinke outside, of course, but Shelby Miller, how'd that disaster go? And how's it going with Madison Bumgarner outside of that 7 inning no hitter? I mean, it's been rough at best. It's been rocky. If now they got the ninth best farm system around, but if you just look around it, right, they're not re-signing their players. They sell their stars, and it looks like they're going to be in sell mode again. Now, I think they're going to be keeping Christian Walker, but Eduardo Escobar seems up for grabs. The hottest trade acquirement so far is Ketel Marte, which a lot of people are saying they could get starting pitcher for him. The reason being is because a good hidden and good defensive center fielder is actually a lot harder to come by. A lot of people thought that guy was AJ Pollock, but we know what happened there with the Dodgers. And, is he great? Is he worth what he's getting paid? I don't think so. But if we look at this team, they are not particularly a young team. If we look at the 40-man roster, we see a lot of injuries. We see a lot of veterans that are on a downhill side. And I'm not referring to just Bumgarner. That goes Tyler Clippard. I mean, Zach Gallen is hurt right now. I think that guy's a piece that's going to stay. Soria, I think they're going to have to trade him off. But where do you go from here with this franchise? Because right now it's the bottom of their division. It's one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball, and we thought the Colorado Rockies were going to be worse than them. So if you're a DBacks fan, how do you feel? Now, there's a lot of people that they're a little, I guess you could say, curious on how the franchise is. And this is also a very weird franchise because if you look at the history, right, they started as an expansion team in 98. They acquired a lot of Hall of Famers at one point. You had Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling take on the Yankees. And in 2001, I remember being a kid. I want to say 6 years old. And about a little over a month after 9/11, I see the Yankees lose in Game 7 of the World Series to the D-backs because of a bloop single with the infield in. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain. But needless to say, it's a great run organization. The ballpark is great, and it's also another one because It's not like the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Red Sox. And I say that because even if it's in warm weather, I guess you could say, quote unquote, they don't need gimmicks. Like the Tampa Bay Rays have the Stingray pool. The Arizona Diamondbacks have swimming pools. They have a roof that opens and closes. It's got air conditioning. There's some guys that will rank it in their top five because they actually like being in an air conditioned venue because they don't like being in the hot sun. But then there's some people where I've actually seen lists of where they rank all Major League Baseball venues, the stadiums. The lowest I've seen is 27. It's not like we're rating Tropicana of how good or bad it is because that's 29 or 30 on usually everybody's list. Usually. But this has a ballpark that I'm just going to say is middle, can't complain. Team's got a decent amount of money. And I guess it comes down to the part where how do you rebuild this? And if you're going to rebuild this, you can't go half in and half out. I thought that they're rebuilding by selling off Zach Greinke. But sure enough, when you buy Madison Bumgarner right after that offseason, it's ass backwards. What do you do from there? This is just one of those things where, listen, I think the fans deserve it. The Phoenix and Arizona fans are very good, very passionate. No complaints from Arizona fans, from what I understand, from all sports. All the four major sports, I don't think there's anyone that really complains about Arizona fans. So, I mean, I could research that. Don't quote me or anything else, but I hear good things outside of plenty of parking, as Charles Barkley would say. But I'm really excited to see what they can do. I am a little confused because this is a team that I just don't know if they know their direction. They sell off a lot of their stars. They change their uniforms and colors constantly. But I think there's going to be good things to come. And I'm excited to witness that as a baseball fan. So that'll be it for this one, guys. This is AJ Torres from Calling Strikes, courtesy of Undrafted Sports. And we will see you next time. Take it easy.